I'm Robert Hansen. I'm the past National Commander-in-Chief of the Veterans of Foreign Wars. And I first met Senator Humphrey when he was mayor of Minneapolis at one of the first meetings after I returned from the war. My brother was killed in Okinawa, and I returned in 1946. Over the years, Senator Humphrey became my mentor as I moved up in the ranks of the VFW through the post, through the district, through the state, and as I became the National Commander-in-Chief, Hubert told me what to do and how to do it. And he told me, when you go out and come into Washington, D.C. at any time, our office will set up an appointment for you, whether it be the Secretary of the Navy, the Secretary of Defense, or the high-ranking military people. Now, I was the Junior Vice Commander-in-Chief at that time. And then he said, when you go home, you write a letter to those offices, and then you have a file set up for you. Now, I did that with his direction as Junior Vice Commander and Senior Vice Commander, so that when I was Commander-in-Chief, my name was in every office of importance in Washington. By that time, I had received a direct commission in the United States Navy, and I could call those offices personally and go in and visit with those people at my call and not with some staff member. He also told me that I should never go into a meeting with the high-ranking officials with anybody else other than myself, because there was no file set up on the other people, but it would just be on you that they know, and you have the security to do with it. Now, those meetings range from the President of the United States to the head of the CIA. I have traveled the world. I've seen many things happening in Vietnam before Vietnam War existed. I challenged the President, who was a very good friend of mine, on several of his issues. But Hubert was always there beside me, and I'll never forget the time that he has spent with me. During that time, I flew with him as the Vice President in his plane around the state on several occasions. I've campaigned with him on different other occasions. But he was one of the great leaders for this state, and many, many times in a nonpartisan, non-political, but for what's good for the people in the state of Minnesota.
I hear something interesting and unusual from you, I think, is this. He shared power. He wanted to give other people power too. I don't think you find that with a lot of politicians.
In my opinion, you don't find it at all. They seem to be so tied up with partisan party politics that they forget that they're supposed to be there representing the people and the issues of the state and the country. And they just can't seem to get over about worrying the next time they're up for election 2 years following, or 4 years following, at the time they go into office. And to me, it's a sad thing in our government that's happening. I can remember when Hubert Humphrey had the President of the United States appoint Luther Youngdahl as the Supreme Court Justice. Now, here was the very stalwart Democrat pushing to have a long-time advocate, Republican governor, and a great person to be on the Supreme Court. Those types of things just don't seem to happen today.